This meeting is in order at 11:03 a.m. Ukiah Valley Sanitation District special meeting. The first item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand with me. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Next item is public expression. The board welcomes participation in board meeting. Comments shall be limited so that everyone may be heard. This item... Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
Director Wacom?
Here.
Director Marshall?
Present.
Vice Chair Reed?
Present.
Director Whip? Here. Chair McMillan?
Present. Okay, this item is limited to matters under the jurisdiction of the board, which are not posted on the agenda, and items which have not already been considered by the board. The board limits testimony on matters not on the agenda to 3 minutes per person, and not more than 10 minutes per particular subject, at the discretion of the board chair. So we welcome comments.
Well, first of all, I want to say congratulations to all of you for undertaking this duty. Obviously, with full disclosure, I'll make this quick. Donald has been my attorney in some cases, and we have an extremely good professional relationship together, same as with Doug. I know you very well, Ms. Reed, and also you, Mrs. McErlin. I consider you both very good friends. And Ernie and I, we have coffee probably 3 times a week in the morning. I want to congratulate you for undertaking this duty. And I think that you all have a responsibility to us to let us know about this major controversy that's been going on for several years now. I think you have a duty to determine for us whether or not all this money that people have said has been recklessly spent, which I frankly have serious questions that it has been recklessly spent. I think it's been a undertaking to the point that has generated returns, and I think we're allowed and should be appraised of how those returns came about. We heard that there was no money that came about as a result of a mediation, yet I've heard there's a mediation agreement that shows in fact money was actually received because of that mediation, and as part of that. And I think that as this board had a change in place, that we should determine what the facts are, determine whether that money was spent inappropriately or if it was appropriately spent. Then maybe it's time that we have a change in the city council, just like we've had a change here. I'm a member of the city limits. I'm a voting member there. I know which will run there. I'm tired of this. I see all this money being spent for city administration. Who are you? My name is Joseph John Turry.
You have to introduce yourself.
No.
Excuse me. 1, it's not your place to talk. 2, the rules are not
By the way,
required that he do it.
who doesn't know me? Mr. Rapport knows me. You know me. Sage knows me. He was my neighbor. Mr. Howard knows me, and everybody at this table knows me. So who would you like me to introduce myself to?
That's not.
All right. So anyway, I've had it with that, and that's why I'm here, because I want to know if we need to change some people on the board of the city council. And I'm going to see to it that it gets turned around. You might remember the softball complex that didn't get built, or wasn't. I got that built. Go look at the old city minutes. And I'm here to tell you, we're going to find out what went wrong. And if we need to change board members at the city council, I'm going to see to it that happens. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Good morning, Board. Lee Howard. As you know, or you may not know, I requested by letter under the Brown Act law, copies of the agendas and everything else, anything that has to do with it. This meeting is a special meeting. It requires a 24-hour notice. I'm not going to stand here and say that I'm going to challenge the fact that I got it an hour late. And probably for good reason. But the reality is I want to see everything that's happening here. So I turned around after I got a late letter, a late notice, and did a public records request. I want to see every document from the board to the manager, from the manager to the board, every email, every memo, and I've requested that. And I want to see it. It's not the fact that I have any problem with any of this board, but as I said last time, I think there's an awful lot of bullshit here. And that, like Mr. Turry, I want to see it all, and I have a group that's sitting out here on the wings waiting. And if we don't feel at the end that we've seen it all and that it's done fairly, we'll take whatever measures are necessary to make sure that we as taxpayers are treated fairly. I took time off from another meeting today. I would have liked to have a little more notice than yesterday late to get here. But I left my meeting to come here and just say that to you. I'm sorry I can't stay. I would really like to. But I'm going to go back to a meeting that deals with recovery and fire victims, where I think I might be able to do some good, because here it's really questionable what's going on. So I look forward to your response to my request, and we will go from there. Thank you.
Last question.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dan Buffalo, Finance Director for the City of Ukiah. Just three quick comments I wanted to make. First, just wanted to implore the district and the city to work as quickly and as collaboratively as possible to address the issue of refunding the 2006 bond issue, of which $60 million is still outstanding. We have 8 days left till what we estimate to be the absolute drop dead cutoff point to get a deal done by January 30th. If we miss that window, a deal will be complicated until the next window. And what's at stake right now is about $4 million in interest cost savings. If we can't get to market by January 30th, that's potentially $4 million that we're going to lose out on. Second, I just wanted to mention briefly about in the latest iteration of a settlement agreement, or a series of potential settlement agreements, a stipulation about an independent audit being performed from 2009 through current for the district. I'm happy to answer any questions that the board may have about how that would work, the importance of it, and ultimately what it would reveal, if anything, and what it would mean for both agencies. As it's being proposed right now, the city would agree to whatever the findings and outcomes of that audit were.
This is not.
I believe this is possibly closed session information you're discussing.
Okay,
Mr.
I
Buffalo.
apologize for that if I've broken discretion or anything like that. But if there's any questions, please feel free to ask. Finally, I've had a number of meetings with board members who requested to meet with me and my staff about city financial policies and management and accounting practices. And from one of those meetings, it was requested that the city put together an accounting policies and procedures manual. And I committed to that board member that would be a fantastic idea, and the city would be very eager and enthusiastic to move forward in doing so. So I look forward to working with the district in producing a document such as that and moving forward. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who'd like to speak?
I just want to thank the board for getting this meeting put together. I've been requesting to have a special meeting so that we can all sit down since the 19th of December. I've had many conversations with Joe, and I appreciate his understanding of what I'm hoping to accomplish by being able to sit down and speak with all of us regarding litigation. I believe that our main focus, as always, should be the ratepayers and how to best serve them. And without being able to sit down and discuss what's happening, we're not doing our job. So I'm happy that we're able to have this meeting today and be able to sit down for the first time and discuss this.
That's not for you.
No, I know. I mean, it worked out pretty good timing. I just wanted to say thank you. This took a lot to get put together, and I appreciate that we're here.
Okay. Anybody else have a comment? Discussion and agenda item number 3, discussion and action, appointment to ad hoc committee. Is there any public comments on this? Okay, seeing none, I'm going to close public comment on this item. Per the board policy, the chairman appoints the committees, and then those are approved by the full board. I, as chairman, appoint myself to sit on the committee. I've thoroughly read through every participation agreement, the entire lawsuit in its entirety with all the supporting documents. I've read every single proposal we've gotten from the city and county with. And I feel like I'm well versed on everything having to do with this lawsuit. I would also like to appoint Director Ernie Whiff to be on this committee. I feel like he has a working knowledge of the sewer system. He has a working knowledge of contracts. He's also on the finance committee for this board, which is crucially important when we're looking at any type of settlement with the city. Ernie, do you have any comments on that?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
That's what you want to do.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I can accept that.
Okay. So now I just entertain a motion to approve the ad hoc committee.
I'll make a motion that the ad hoc committee is Director Miller and Mr. Witt.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Aye. 4 ayes and 1 nay, please. Okay. Agenda item number 4 is closed session. Legal counsel. Public comment on closed session?
No, on the appointment of the chair.
I already-
Opportunity.
Yes,
Yes, I
did.
did.
Oh.
At the very beginning, I did, and then I said I closed public comment since there were none.
Wow, I missed it, I'm sorry.
Did everybody else get that?
I got it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, closed session, thank you. Okay, we are reporting out of closed session at 1:24 p.m. that we have given direction to staff. We are adjourned.